Hello students, in the last video we have seen the instructions multiplication and for multiplication and division. So just a recap of that. Here 8051 supports byte by byte multiplication that we have discussed, and the instruction is MUL. The operands are A and B. So the result, when we multiply two 8-bit numbers, the result will be 16-bit, which is again stored in A and B. So the lower byte is stored in A and the higher byte is stored in B. So we have seen the example here. It is the summarization of the instructions. So byte into byte multiplication. First operand is A, second operand is B, and the result is stored in this manner. In the same manner, this is about multiplication, and so let us see an example here for the application of division instruction. Here what is the program? Write a program to get hex data in the range of 00 to FFH from port 1 and convert it to decimal. Save it in R7, R6 and R5. So here we have to convert the data which is read from port 1. So that is hexadecimal data, and we have to convert it into decimal and store it in the given registers. So second part of the program is assuming that P1 has a value of FTH for data, analyze the program. Okay. So whatever is done in the first program, in the second program it is being analyzed with an example. So the concept here is to convert a binary or a hex value into decimal. We have to divide it by 10 repeatedly until the quotient is less than 10. So after each division, the remainder has to be saved. So let us see this example directly. FD divided by A. So FD is nothing but in decimal it is 253. 253 divided by 10 is, you will get the quotient as 25, where 25 is decimal. If you convert it into hexadecimal, here you will get 19. And the remainder is 3. So next we have to divide this quotient by 10 again. So once again 90 divided by 10. Here you will get the quotient as 2. 90 divided by 10, actually in decimal if you take, it is 25 divided by 10. So 2 will be the quotient and 5 will be the remainder. Okay, and then the quotient is less than 10, so we have to stop the division process, and the values have to be stored in this fashion. It is 253, which is the decimal equivalent of the data FTH. Next concept is signed arithmetic instructions. Here this is a 8-bit, this is a representation of a 8-bit number. In case of signed numbers, the MSB, that is the D7th bit, is reserved for sign, and the remaining 7 bits are for magnitude, that is the value. If the D7th bit, sign bit is 0, then it's a positive number. If it is 1, then it is a negative number. So positive numbers are in the range 0 to plus 127, and negative numbers are in the range of 0 to minus 127. Okay. So 0 is neither positive nor negative. So negative numbers are represented in 2's complement. Here there are 3 steps to find out equivalent value of a given number, that is negative number. First one is, you should write the magnitude of the number in 8-bit as it is, then invert each bit, then add 1 to it. So this is an important procedure. Let us see the example of that. Okay. Show how the 8051 would represent minus 34H. So you should find out the equivalent value of this, how it is represented in the computer. First step, what is it? Write the magnitude of the number in 8-bit. So here the first step, write the value 34 in binary without considering any sign. Next step is invert all the bits. So whatever value you got in the first step, invert all the bits in the second step. That is the second step. In the third step, you have to add 1 to the value that you have got in the second step. So in the third step, that is the result. When you add 1 to the value here, in the second step you are going to get this value, which is equivalent to CC in hexadecimal. Therefore, the signed number representation of minus 34H is CCH. In this manner, you have to find out the equivalent value. So these are the ranges given here. For negative numbers, it is minus 1 to minus 128, whereas for positive numbers, it is 0 to 127. Next one is the overflow problem in case of signed arithmetic instructions. If the result of an operation on signed numbers is too large for the register, an overflow has occurred and the programmer must be noticed. So let us see what does it mean. Here is an example where two numbers are being added. So 96, its equivalent hexadecimal value is written here. 96 is decimal. Its equivalent hexadecimal value is 60H, and 70. So its equivalent value is 46H. So when you add these two in decimal, actually you will get 166. But here when you are adding, this is the result that you are getting. So that is A6H, whose equivalent value is minus 90 in decimal, which is invalid, incorrect answer. So here this is occurring due to the overflow problem. The CPU, according to the CPU, the result here is minus 90, which is wrong. Okay. So how the problem is being overcome? That is by using the overflow flag. Let us see here. In 8-bit signed number operations, OV is set to 1 if either occurs. What is the first thing? If there is a carry from D6 to D7th bit but no carry out of D7, that is carry is equal to 0. Second case is when there is a carry from D7 out, that is when CY is equal to 1 but no carry from D6 to D7. So let us see this here. Move A comma hash minus 128, its equivalent value is 80H. Move R4 comma minus 2 in hexadecimal is FEH. Then add A comma R4. You are adding minus 128 with minus 2. The answer should be minus 130. Here, what answer you are getting here is plus 126, and the OV will be equal to 1 here because there is a carry from the D7th bit. This is the second case, that is there is a carry from the D7th bit and there is no carry from D6 to D7. Therefore, the overflow flag will be set and the result is wrong. Here there are few more examples where if the value is within the range, if there is no overflow, then OV will be 0. So for example, if you try to add minus 2 and minus 5, there is no overflow. Similarly, in the next example, if you try to add 7 and 18, there is also no overflow. Hence, the overflow flag will be set 0 only. So in unsigned number addition, we must monitor the status of the CY flag, that is the carry flag. So to do that, we use the jump instructions, that is the jump if not carry or jump if carry instructions. In signed number addition, the OV flag must be used to monitor by the programmer. So the instructions that may be used here are JB PSW.T. JB means jump if bit. Then JNB PSW.2, jump if not bit. Here PSW.2 represents the OV flag, that is program status word register. Its third bit represents the overflow flag.